in the quicksand. And what he began to tell us is that most people, when they encounter quicksand, don't know the difference between mud and quicksand. He says most people cannot tell that they are in quicksand until they start going down. He begins to tell us and talk about quicksand, but as he's doing this, he gets in the quicksand and begins to quickly start to sink. And he said what happens is that it comes from nowhere and you get stuck in it, but immediately you try to fight your way out of the quicksand, not knowing that the quicksand has a capability that when you try to fight your way out of it, it only pulls you down faster. And so he said you should never, when you get caught in the quicksand, fight against the quicksand. I'm looking like, what is it that you do? Somebody better get this man, because now he's up to his neck doing the interview. But then he says what happens is that your body is more dense than the quicksand. And so he said rather than fighting with the pull, all you have to do is float in the quicksand. You have to relax your body. You have to relax your limbs. Take some deep breaths. And he began, Aaron, to relax in quicksand. Take some deep breaths. And he was able to pull himself out of the quicksand without any assistance. And I'm wondering if there's anybody in here, you might not see yourself in that story, but you find yourself sinking in something you didn't think you were sinking. You find yourself going down a lot faster than you ever anticipated. You find yourself going under, and instead of just relaxing in the quicksand of life, you're fighting with tooth and nail, and it's making you go down faster. Is there anybody in here that got stuff that's pulling you down? Is there anybody in here that got friends that's pulling you down? Have situations that's pulling you down? Have people that's pulling you down? Finances is pulling you down. Family members are pulling you down. Sickness in your body is pulling you down. The state of the world is pulling you down. Donald Trump is pulling you down. The election is pulling you down. The idea that somebody crazy might get in the office is pulling you down. When you ride down your block, it's pulling you down. You have some stuff in your life that's unexpectedly pulling you down. But I got some believers in here that can say, I got a Holy Spirit that's on the inside of me, Kanisha, that when I'm going down, it causes me to float. When I'm going down, it causes me to rise back up. When I'm going down, it causes me to come back out of something I was going down in. And I'm wondering this afternoon, do I have any comeback kids that can say, no matter how much life pulls me down, I can still come up. No matter how much life pulls me and tugs on me, I got something on the inside of me that allows me to float when it's trouble all around me. I got something on the inside of me that allows me to take a cat nap in a lion's den. I got something on the inside of me that allows me to walk around a fire and furnace and still not get burnt. I got something on the inside of me that'll take 3 nails in a crown of thorns and let me get up with all power in my hand. Tell somebody, sometimes serving gets sticky, but God is going to unstick me.
Come on. Come on.
Sometimes it gets sticky being a servant. Leads me to my text, because we find the servant who is stuck. Bible says in Psalms 40 that David is stuck in a situation unaware. The Bible says it in your Bible. It's in verse 1. David says, I waited patiently for the Lord, and he inclined unto me, and he heard my cry. Before I can get there, David, I have to jump ahead a little bit, because David does not tell us really what's going on to the next statement. He says he brings me out of a pit. And so what David suggests to us is that I waited patiently because I didn't have another choice but to wait. What David suggests to me, it wasn't just that I had all of this Holy Ghost and I was ready to wait on the Lord. When it says I waited patiently on the Lord, in Hebrew it translates to me waited, I waited. What it means is while I waited, I was waiting. While I was praying, I was waiting. While I was fasting, I was waiting. While I was praising, I was waiting. While I was confused, I was waiting. While I was broke, I was waiting. When I was discouraged, I was waiting. that I don't like. It's waiting.
Come on.
I don't like to wait on rags to pick me up if I got a rag with somebody else. I don't like to wait for my money to hit my account even though it's the normal time. I don't like to wait on that. I don't like to wait on stuff. I don't like to wait to have to buy it on my next paycheck when I want it on this paycheck. I don't want to have to wait on my spouse. I want it right now. There's some of us in here that get tired of waiting. And if you would just be honest with yourself and be honest with God, every now and then serving gets sticky because we get tired of waiting.
That's good.
Prophecies that I had on the shelf for years. Don't give me no another word unless it's going to happen soon. Don't lay no more hands on me or prophesy unless you prophesying by this time tomorrow. I don't want to hear 30 days from now. I don't want to hear it. Unless it's an immediate thing, then you keep your prophecy. Because I got a struggle with waiting right now. And I got too many prophecies that's on the shelf. I want a prophet that's a right now prophet that can tell me what's going on right now. Help me get out of what I'm in right now. Help me deal with life right now. Help me make it right now. Don't tell me about 2 years from now. I don't know if I'm going to make it. I need something right now.
Preacher.
Wait patiently on the Lord. The Bible says he inclined unto me and he heard my cry. Studies suggest that we don't know how David got in the pit. But what we do know is that the pit snuck up on him.
Yeah.
We do know that the pit was not anticipated. We do know that the pit was not calculated. The pit was not a part of David's plan. But he still finds himself in it anyway. And how do you deal with life when you find yourself in something and it wasn't part of God's plan and showed up in one part of your plan?
Yeah.
I ain't planning for it to be like this. I ain't planning for it to be this hard. I ain't planning to be this behind. I ain't planning to be catching up on all my bills. I ain't planning for this to happen. But since I'm here, I might as well wait on God while I'm in this pit. He inclined unto me, and he heard my cry. Incline suggests that the Lord lended his ear from heaven and put his ear down in the pit where David was. Incline suggests that his ear traveled where planes couldn't travel. It suggests that David's prayers reached the stratosphere. It suggests that David had clearance, that his prayers could reach places that rocket ships couldn't reach, that David's prayers reached places that other folks couldn't reach. It went to the atmosphere, to the stratosphere, beyond the sun, beyond the stars, beyond the moon, that it was able to reach up there. That was one blessing. But the other thing was, not only did my prayers reach him, but his ear reached me. Is there anybody in here that can say thank you, Jesus, that I'm so glad that my prayers ain't bouncing off the ceiling? I'm so glad that you can still hear my prayers. I'm so glad that you're a prayer answering God, and not only will you hear my prayer, but you will come down in the pit where I am. Is there anybody here say thank you, Jesus, that you ain't just sitting on your throne, but you came down where I was? Thank you, Jesus, that you ain't just twiddling your thumbs, but you got off your comfortable place and came down where I was. Tell somebody he'll lift you up. The Bible says that he inclined unto me. Then it said he heard my cry. I waited, but I was crying while I waited. I waited and I wasn't laughing while I was waiting. I waited and I was bitter while I was waiting. I waited and I was mad at God while I waited. So when servanthood gets sticky,